Ah, lads, it's back to Ballycove. And the vanished catch! Now word came down from Fermanagh one bright and peaceful day that Montgomery Pembroke's coming and he's finally on his way to check the books, inspect the lands and see what could be found. And Reggie nearly swallowed tea when news spread through the town. Reggie found Big Mick and Brendan where they sat in drunken cheer and said, I need a helping hand and I'll buy you both a beer. My brother likes perfection and the manor's seen some years. If Monty sees the place right now, it'll end in strife and tears. Hey! Now Mick agreed immediately and Brendan gave a nod, for helping friends in Ballycove is just a law of God. They gathered paint and wheelbarrows and set to work with pride, while Reggie marched about, still nervous deep inside. But Connor heard the chat from a table near the fire, and helping folk alas was Connor's great desire. He thought, I'll surprise them all, they'll thank me when I'm through, which in the history of Ballycove was rarely ever true. Hey! Connor thought the old front gate could use a little hand. What it needs is proper colour, it'll make the place look grand. By dusk the gates were painted in shades of emerald green, with golden shamrocks everywhere, like none had ever seen. Reggie stared in silent shock and nearly lost his mind, for Connor's taste in artistry was a rather special kind. The gates could now be spotted from the county fair, and when Reggie saw the shamrocks, he had to find a chair. Hey! Undeterred, our hero thought the gardens need some life, hey! Which indeed would have worried every farmer's wife. He rounded up all the sheep with a smile upon his face, and 100 hungry lawnmowers set to work with pace. Now Brendan said, for heaven's sake, just leave the place alone, while Mick spent half the afternoon returning sheep back home. But Connor had another plan to help the manor shine. A hose and a tractor's PTO was surely a warning sign. He blasted years of dirt away from statues old and new, then accidentally washed the faces off more than just a few. One Roman-seeming gentleman was now looking rather thin, and an elderly stone duchess had received a permanent grin. The day arrived and Monty came in fancy suit and tie, stepping from his big black car beneath the iris sky. He looked around the manor grounds and blinked a time or two at neon gates and wandering sheep and things held up with glue. Reggie braced for ridicule and social execution, prepared for lectures and aristocratic resolution. But Monty started smiling as he wandered through the place, and for the first time everyone could see affection on his face. The books are good, the tenants happy, the farms are doing fine. Though why a sheep is standing on my rolls I do decline to ask about the details. I fear I'd learn too much, and frankly I've grown rather fond of Ballycove and such. Now the gates are still outrageous and the statues look quite odd. The sheep still treat the gardens like a gift bestowed by God, and Connor tells the story as the greatest job he's done, which proves once more in Ballycove the trouble is half the fun.